I have the owner walk the horse out at the beginning of the session so that I can see how he's moving. This horse came to the session without any known problems. He has just finished a lunging presentation in the indoor arena. What I notice right away is his left hind leg is stiff and he is not tracking up with his hind legs. There are a lot of reasons for this, but we don't know yet exactly why. So now I'm going to look behind him and see how he's moving, and I can see right away that his hips are not rising and falling evenly. One side is stiffer than the other. Now this could mean a number of things, so I continue my exploration. I'm showing the owner just how the hips will move from side to side and how that should be a little bit more even. I'm now checking the sacrum. And this just involves placing my hand on the sacrum. And he's moved away, so obviously he's finished with that particular movement. I'm going to work on the hip. He's checking me out to see what I'm doing. He's a nice horse, isn't he? And in a moment, I'm working now on the sacrum and the hip together jointly. Now he's starting to lower his head. And as I lift this leg, what I notice is there's some resistance there. He kind of picks it up daintily. I'm lifting the tail because there are vertebrae in the top of the tail. You can see how he moves his tail, if it's any stiffness in there. I'm now checking his neck and head and seeing how the messages travel along the spine. There is good movement in the neck, and there was some in the hindquarters. So now I'm back on the hindquarter again, and I put my hand on the sacrum again. The sacrum is an interesting bone because it is central to the pelvis, and it is connected to it and to the joints of the upper haunch by strong ligaments. Now I'm lifting the hind leg, and now I'm going to lift the left hind leg and move it in the direction of ease, which it wants to go back, which is really in keeping with the way the horse has been moving. He has not been tracking forward. So in so doing, what we're hoping to see is that the horse's range of motion will improve from this movement back. And now I'm able to move the leg forward a little bit more. This is accessing the lower thoracics and the sacrum. The horse is licking and chewing, as you can see here from that movement. And now the owner is going to walk the horse out again so we can see whatever changes have occurred in his gait. Now I see that his gait has worsened as a result of that. This often happens because you change one thing and it's unfamiliar to the animal, and so now I'm working on the sacrum combined with the hip. I'm also addressing the SI joint, which is not something we can address directly, but it feels like that's an area. Now he's moved away from that, so he's finished with that particular movement. The owner's walking him away again. Now I see a real improvement in the way his hindquarters are moving, his hips are moving more evenly. It's still a little stiff in that left leg, but what I would go with is the fact that the hindquarters are moving more evenly, so that will travel down into the rest of the limbs. And now I'm walking him so that she can see the changes for herself from behind. Usually an equine ortho-bionomy session is between 40 and 60 minutes long. This was just a short demo of a session, so this horse received about 15 to 20 minutes of work. If I was going to continue working with this horse, I would go to the thoracocolumbar region and work on that and really address his entire spine, and as well as the shoulders and the neck and possibly the head. So we focused on one area today because that was the area that was giving him some problems, and but supporting the rest of the body is important as well because it helps in balancing the entire horse